The year is 2020, a year that will be etched in our memories forever. The world is reeling from a pandemic, economies are shattered, streets are empty, businesses closed, and uncertainty looms large. Enter the Great Reset, a brainchild of the World Economic Forum and its founder, Klaus Schwab. This initiative was introduced as a beacon of hope amidst the chaos. This ambitious initiative aimed to hit the reset button on the global system. It sought to address the systemic issues that the pandemic had laid bare. It promised to rebuild a more sustainable, equitable, and technologically advanced future. A future where humanity could thrive without compromising the planet. Sounds great, right? Well, hold on to your tinfoil hats, folks, because things are about to get weird. Not everyone was on board with this grand vision. At its core, the Great Reset proposes three main goals. These goals are designed to create a more resilient and inclusive world. First, it advocates for a fairer economic system, often referred to as stakeholder capitalism. This is a shift from the traditional shareholder-centric model. This concept suggests that corporations should prioritize the well-being of all stakeholders, not just shareholders. It's about creating value for employees, communities, and the environment. Think employees, communities, and the environment. Holistic approach to business that benefits everyone involved. Second, it emphasizes sustainability and tackling climate change head-on. The urgency of the climate crisis cannot be overstated. The goal is to transition to a greener, more eco-conscious global economy. This means investing in renewable energy, sustainable practices, and green technologies. And finally, it champions harnessing the power of technology, particularly the advancements of the Fourth Industrial Revolution. This revolution is characterized by a fusion of technologies blurring the lines between the physical, digital, and biological spheres. This includes artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and automation. These technologies have the potential to transform industries and improve lives. On the surface, the Great Reset might sound like a well-intentioned plan to address some of the world's most pressing challenges. But not everyone sees it that way. However, like a moth to a flame, conspiracy theorists were immediately drawn to its ambitious scope and vague pronouncements. They questioned the true intentions behind the initiative. They saw something more sinister lurking beneath the surface. Whispers of hidden agendas and ulterior motives began to circulate. They saw a blueprint for global domination, a power grab by a shadowy elite determined to reshape the world in their own image. The debate continues and the future remains uncertain. Now let's dive into the belly of the beast. The shadows are deep and the stakes are high. Conspiracy theories surrounding the Great Reset paint a dystopian picture of the future. A future where the skyline is dominated by towering structures, but the streets below are filled with despair. Imagine a world where private property is abolished, and you're essentially renting everything you own from a select few. Your home, your car, even your clothes are no longer yours. Sound familiar? Remember the phrase, "You'll own nothing and be happy"? Yeah, that's the one. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? This slogan, often wrongly attributed to the WEF itself, became a rallying cry for those who believe the Great Reset is a scheme to strip individuals of their assets and autonomy. They see it as a grand plan to centralize power. But wait, there's more. The conspiracy goes deeper. Darker alleys and shadowy figures hint at a more sinister plot. They believe mandatory vaccinations are just a Trojan horse for implanting microchips. These microchips, they claim, are the ultimate tool for surveillance. These microchips would then track our every move, transforming us into puppets dancing to the tune of a global government, every step, every action monitored and controlled. And let's not forget about those pesky digital IDs. They promise convenience, but hide a darker purpose. They're not about convenience, oh no, they're about control, total and utter control. Imagine a world where every aspect of your life is under scrutiny and freedom is just an illusion. Now, where does the Fourth Industrial Revolution fit into all of this? Well, it's the engine that drives the conspiracy train. This revolution, characterized by the fusion of digital, physical, and biological technologies, is seen as both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it promises incredible advancements in medicine, manufacturing, and communication. On the other hand, it sparks fears of mass unemployment as robots replace human workers. And then there's the whole AI thing. Artificial intelligence, once the stuff of science fiction, is becoming increasingly sophisticated. While some see AI as a tool to solve complex problems, others view it as a potential threat to humanity itself. Conspiracy theorists believe the Great Reset will use AI for nefarious purposes, like creating a surveillance state that would make Orwell blush. Then came the COVID-19 pandemic, a global crisis that acted like gasoline on the already smoldering embers of the Great Reset conspiracy. Lockdowns, economic uncertainty, and the rapid development of vaccines created a perfect storm of fear and suspicion. People were primed to believe that someone, somewhere, was pulling the strings. Suddenly, phrases like "Build Back Better," uttered by world leaders like Justin Trudeau and Joe Biden, took on a sinister undertone. They were no longer seen as calls for post-pandemic recovery, but as coded messages, dog whistles to those in the know, confirming that the Great Reset was indeed in motion. Section 5. Echoes of conspiracy, New World Order and beyond. Of course, the Great Reset conspiracy didn't emerge in a vacuum. It piggybacked on decades-old conspiracy theories, weaving itself into the existing tapestry of distrust in governments and institutions. The New World Order, a long-standing favorite among conspiracy theorists, provided fertile ground for the Great Reset to take root. The New World Order theory posits that a secretive, powerful elite is working behind the scenes to establish a totalitarian one-world government. This cabal, often linked to shadowy organizations like the Illuminati or Freemasons, supposedly controls global finance, media, and governments, manipulating events to achieve its goals. The Great Reset conspiracy slotted neatly into this narrative, becoming just another tentacle of the ever-reaching New World Order. Section 6. Legitimate fears in a world transformed. Now, before you dismiss all of this as the ramblings of lunatics in tinfoil hats, it's important to acknowledge that beneath the surface of these outlandish claims lie very real anxieties. These fears are not just figments of imagination, but are rooted in the rapid changes and uncertainties that define our era. The world is changing at an unprecedented pace. Cities are expanding, technology is evolving, and our ways of living are being constantly redefined. Technology is advancing at breakneck speed. Innovations in AI, robotics, and other fields are transforming our daily lives in ways we could never have imagined just a few decades ago. The gap between the haves and the have-nots is widening. Economic disparities are becoming more pronounced, leading to a sense of injustice and frustration among many, and climate change looms like a sword of Damocles over our collective heads. The increasing frequency of extreme weather events and the visible impacts on our environment are constant reminders of the looming crisis. It's no wonder that people are feeling a sense of unease, a loss of control in the face of such monumental shifts. The rapid pace of change can be overwhelming, leaving many feeling disoriented and anxious about the future. The Great Reset conspiracy, for all its absurdity, taps into these genuine fears. It resonates with those who feel left behind or threatened by the changes happening around them. It provides a scapegoat, a tangible enemy to blame for the uncertainties and anxieties of modern life. By pointing fingers at perceived elites, it offers a simple explanation for complex problems. It offers a sense of order in a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable. In the face of overwhelming change, people seek narratives that make sense of their experiences, even if those narratives are based on misinformation. Section 7, Davos and the Disconnect. Adding fuel to the conspiracy fire is the annual World Economic Forum meeting in Davos, Switzerland. Picture this. The world's most powerful people, from politicians and CEOs to celebrities and academics, jetting into a luxurious ski resort to discuss global issues. It's the kind of event that practically screams elitist cabal to anyone already suspicious of the WEF's motives. The optics of Davos, with its private jets and champagne receptions, stand in stark contrast to the lived realities of many people struggling to make ends meet. It feeds into the narrative that the Great Reset is about one thing and one thing only: consolidating power and wealth in the hands of a select few. Section 8. Battling misinformation, a call for transparency. So, how do we separate fact from fiction in this age of rampant misinformation? Transparency is key. Organizations like the WEF need to do a better job of communicating their goals and initiatives in a clear, concise, and accessible way. They need to address the concerns and criticisms head-on, rather than dismissing them as baseless conspiracy theories. Engaging with the public is crucial. This means going beyond press releases and carefully curated social media feeds. It means having open and honest dialogues with those who are skeptical, even hostile, to their message. It means listening to people's fears and anxieties, rather than simply telling them what they should or shouldn't believe. Section 9. Critical thinking in the age of uncertainty. Ultimately, the responsibility to discern truth from falsehood lies with each and every one of us. We can't afford to blindly accept everything we read online or hear from dubious sources. We need to be critical thinkers, questioning everything, evaluating evidence, and seeking out multiple perspectives. The internet has become a breeding ground for conspiracy theories, but it's also a powerful tool for fact-checking and debunking misinformation. We have access to more information than ever before. It's time we started using it wisely. So the next time you come across a headline about the Great Reset or any other conspiracy theory, take a deep breath, put on your critical thinking cap, and remember, just because it's online doesn't mean it's true.